Hey guys, it's Sam. Welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing another one palette multiple looks video. I had so much fun filming using the Urban Decay Born to Run palette, and I got so much awesome response from you guys that I thought I would do it again. So today we are going to be doing it obviously as the title suggests, and it was second in the poll that I originally posted. We're going to be playing with my Jeffree Star Jawbreaker palette. I've used this palette a bit since I've gotten it, but honestly it is one of those palettes where it's just so bright and so crazy that a lot of times I'm just overwhelmed by it. I don't know where to look. I don't want to, there's a time and a place for all of these colors, of course, but like for an everyday wearable look, I don't know where I would go with this, so I definitely want to spend some time today playing with it. So pretty much the same rules apply as last time. By the end of the video, I am going to try and have used every single color in the palette so that I can get an idea for how it actually looks on the lids. I'm going to be cheating a little bit, although it was much more difficult this time to find like step-by-step process looks. All of them are very crazy and very colorful, so we're going to have some of those looks in here today, but I also want to make sure that I'm putting a few looks that are very, very everyday wearable so that you guys, if you have this palette and you're not 100% sure where to go, you have a starting point, and then like me, you can do some of the crazier fun looks as well. So just before we start, I do want to let you guys know that my eyes are primed with my MAC Painterly paint pot. That is the paint pot that I'm going to be using throughout this video. As we saw from the last time that I did one of these videos, my under eye area is going to get very, very dark. Just because taking on and off eyeshadow constantly is very taxing on the lids and also on any makeup that I have around my under eye. So if I look a hot mess by the end, I apologize. And last time I just stuck to a single liner and a single mascara for the whole video. We're going to do the same. So the liner we're going to use for this video is my Too Faced Better Than Sex Easy Glide Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner, and the mascara is this Hank and Henry Slick With It Mascara Duo in Clout. So it's got a small end and a bigger end. It just saves me from having to use a ton of products. Also, I will list down below everything that I am already wearing. So without chatting too much more, I'm going to go ahead and start off with look number one. Alrighty, so I am back with look number one. Now this one I did come up with on my own. I wanted something very, very easy to do, something very wearable for every day, but still like very pretty, so this one I did come up with on my own, which is why it's so mellow, and I've never done this particular look with this palette before, so it was really exciting for me to find something new. So the first color that I am going to get into is Good Morning. It's that really light pastel pink up in the top. I'm just going to zoom you guys in a little bit here. Get nice and close. So I'm just taking that color and I'm basically just putting it all in my crease. I mean, ultimately the placement of this color does not need to be super specific. It's a very light color for me, in that it is not super far off my natural lid shade. It's a little lighter, but for the most part it's pretty similar. So I've just got a wash of that down. Then I'm going to go back in. This is going to also go better today because I washed all my brushes after I did the Born to Run palette, so they'll all be clean for this one. So we're going to go into this color here. This is Cone. It's a very nice like peachy brown sort of tone, kind of a transition-y shade. And again, I'm going to carry that all through the crease. Now somebody did mention that I should be trying to carry my shadows higher so that you can see them. And I know a lot of people do that. I honestly prefer it when they're a little bit more subtle, a little lower down. I'm not a big fan of carrying shadows high on myself. More power to anybody who does do that, but I don't do it very often. I suppose just in terms of an experiment, I should be trying that, but I don't know. Not for this look. So we're also going to go into this color here. This brown is Tasty. And just with that, I'm going to sort of start building up the outer portion of the crease. Now this one is going to go a little bit in, about 2/3 of the way in. I don't want this all the way in, but just to deepen it up a little bit, give it some depth. Like I said, this look is really, really quick and easy. Takes relatively no time to do. And then we're also going to go into this beautiful burgundy, that's raspberry. And I'm just using the same brush and I'm just picking up a little bit more and focusing that definitely more on that outer corner, not dragging it too far, and just blending it in really nicely with that brown color. That's how I kind of got this interesting transition of shades here. Same thing. So I'm also going to just take a small liner brush, and into that same red, I took it and I basically lined my lash line nice and close with that red. Not quite all the way into the inner corner, but pretty close. Okay, and then I took a kind of flat, fluffy brush and I went into Tasty, so into that brown. Now because this one is not so precise, it just blends in really nice with that red. It takes the red down a little bit while still giving you a really nice line underneath. And I just blend that up to meet the colors on top. So only a few more colors to go. So I dug into this color Snack. It's this gorgeous, gorgeous metallic pink shimmer. I love this color. I just think it's beautiful. And I put that pretty much all over the lid. It's very like princessy pink. And then I did just take a little bit of Jawbreaker, which is the white shimmery shade. And just on my pinky, I just tapped that into my inner corner. It's kind of like a cream sort of a white, like it's not stark white, it's very, very subtle. So I'm just going to add a liner and a lash to this eye and come back and wrap this look up. Alrighty, so that is our first look done. It's kind of got a little bit of a pinky tint to it without being like overwhelmingly pink. I think it would be really, really pretty for like an everyday look or for a really pretty going out look. I think it's a really versatile look. So that is the first look. I'm really happy with it. And so far we have used, I actually made like a little list of all the shades this time to check them off as I use them so that I don't run into that same problem that I did last time. So far we have used 6 shades. We're doing pretty well. How many shades are in here? 24. So 6 out of 24. We are already a quarter of the way done. That is awesome. Let's go on to look number 2. Alright, so this is what I came up with for a second look. I'm not entirely happy with the way that it turned out. I was sort of following an idea that someone did online and it looks nothing like theirs did. It's okay. It's just not as vibrant as I thought it would be. Now that might just be because I did just wipe off a previous bunch of eyeshadow and then tried to reprime my lids and didn't really give it any time to settle in. So who really knows, but let's just get into it anyway. So the first thing I did was took the white color, which is in the shade Virgin, and I basically loaded up my lid and my crease pretty much as high as I want to take it with this color. And I did that because I really wanted to make the colors that I was going to be placing over top pop a little bit more. That's sort of, in my mind, what you use a white shadow for. Also, you can tell that where I had the red before, I couldn't really get it off because red does stain your lid. So I had thought that I was starting off with some lighter colors to make it easier on myself, but I kind of forgot that little bit, which is fine. It is what it is. So next I'm going to go into this green apple color. This is Sour. I'm just picking up a ton of it because this is where the other eye started to go a little wrong for me, is I lost a lot of like that green color that I really wanted to pop and be very, very vibrant. Now, in all honesty, there was another look I tried to do before I tried to do this one, and I'm actually gonna bring you guys up a little higher here. Hold on. There we go. Now you're a little bit more even on my face. Anyway, there was another look I wanted to try that was kind of like those ones that I tried the last time where it was almost like a paint by numbers style thing. Unfortunately, it looked horrible. Like, I don't know what, you know, whoever did it did to make it look so good, but it looked terrible on me. So I'm just going into this kind of teal aqua color that's in the shade Cute, and I am going from the inner corner more or less to the outside and just blending, and then I'm going to take a little bit of that color as well on the lid, not all the way out to the outer corner. And this is where I found that I lost a lot of that green, so I do end up quite a bit going with my fingers just to get some more concentrated color in certain places. Next, I took a vaguely flat brush and I went into the color Brain Freeze, which is that baby blue. And I put that kind of all to the inner corner and over the rest of my lid like that. Then I took a small, like smudgy kind of brush and I went into those same three colors. So Brain Freeze first, that one went in the inside. I actually went to Sour, so that apple color, before I went to the teal. Did that on the outer part of my lash line. And then I took that teal color and just merged them together. Kind of gave it a little bit more of a blended look. And then the last thing that I did was I took that color Jawbreaker again and I just loaded it up on my finger and I definitely put it in my inner corner, and then I tried as much as I could almost to use it as kind of like a shimmery top without taking any of the color underneath. It's not super glowy, but it does give a little bit of shimmer to the eye. So again, I'm gonna run off and put on a liner, put on a mascara, and then I'll come back. All right, I am back. So this is the second look. Unfortunately, I have noticed that the eyes actually don't match. This one's got quite a bit more blue, whereas this one has quite a bit more green. I'm actually not that bothered by it, to be honest. Like, it's just, you know, that actually made it a lot better, just adding a little bit more blue there. But this whole thing for me is just for fun. It's just to try and get different looks out of these palettes that I haven't tried yet, try colors that I'm not normally drawn towards, and see what we get. So this is the second look. It's not bad, it's not amazing, but again, I would definitely feel completely comfortable wearing this every day. I think it looks kind of nice, and I really like the way that those three colors blend together in kind of like an oceany sort of effect. So that is look number 2. So stick around, we are going to get into look number 3. Okay, here we are with look number 3. This one is a little bit more bold, a little bit darker, but still very pretty, and we have used another 3 colors this time, like I think 3 new colors. So let's just jump right into it. So the first thing I did was I took that cone color again and I just took that kind of up into the crease just for a little bit of stability almost in this look because it is so dark on the outside. It's just like that. Then I took the dark blue in the bottom corner, that navy color that's in Delicious, and I picked that up on another kind of fluffy brush, and I just started working it. I don't know if it's just me, if other people have had this experience with this palette, but I tried to do another look today with this shade, and I find I struggle with it quite a bit. It's very hard to get a ton of pigment using a brush and to get it moving and blending. It's just giving me some difficulties. And then I just took a small little angled brush and I took that color underneath as well. Now I found to get it to work the best, if I closed my eye and kind of rubbed it up against the lash line, I got a little bit more of that blue tone. Other than that, it can be a little difficult to work with. So the next color I went in with was Soaked. It's the super vibrant, bright blue. This one goes on much easier, you guys will see. And I just did that in a patting motion, kind of towards the middle of the eye, leaving some space on the inside and blending that into that navy. And then I took that brush as well and just took a little bit on the end and smudge that underneath as well. For that inner corner color, we're going in with Lemon Drop, which is that shimmery gold color in the bottom corner. So to get a start, I just had a flat brush that I just took it in on, got it all the way into the corner, used that to do underneath as well, and then just kind of flicked it in towards that blue just to get them kind of blending nicely together, just like that. And just for a little touch, because I wanted to see if it would add a bit of sparkle, I took that Jawbreaker color again and just popped that right in the inner corner just to give it a slightly lighter effect. So again, I'm going to go throw a liner, mascara on, and we'll come back. So here we are back with the third look. Again, all of the looks that I've been showing you have been really quick and easy to create. They only take 2 or 3 shadows. This palette is so great for its blendability. A lot of Jeffree Star shadows are just amazing for that. So it's been pretty easy to get nice cohesive looks every time. Again, this is a little bit more bold, a little bit more out of my comfort zone, but still reined in enough that I would feel completely comfortable going out and wearing this really any day. So that is look 3. Let's see what I can get into for look number 4. Alrighty, so this is what I came up with for look number 4. It's very pink, very red. Something I normally wouldn't go for, to be honest. I'm not a big fan of the way that reds look on my eyes, but for some reason I'm actually okay with this. Now you will notice that my eyelashes are starting to get really matted together. That's just because I've been constantly putting on more and more mascara, which is so bad. I can't wait till the end of this video when I can just like wipe my eyes clean of makeup. But I think we're gonna do this look and one more, and hopefully I'll have made it through the whole palette. So the first shade that I took when doing this look is the color Fuck. It's this like orangey pinky kind of a color. So I just took that on a like flat crease brush and just started. Did I put primer on here? I can't even remember. I probably did, but now I've just doubled up, so that's okay. So anyway, like I said, we're just gonna take that, and I just sort of worked that up high and down low and just pretty much back and forth all over the place, right? Then I took the color Cherry Wet. There's a lot of like reddish toned shades in this palette. You've got like a deep burgundy, you've got a true red, you've got this like in between a pink and a red. So I took that color just on a like crease brush, and I just went for it in the crease with that color because that's the color that's sort of going to bring together the reds and the pinks that we're going to be using. And I also took a little of that color underneath my eye as well. Just with a flat brush, I just kind of went a little underneath as well, just to kind of bring it all together. Then I took the bright red, that licorice red, and I put that kind of on the in part of my crease and into my inner corner a little bit, and then blended that down. Because I have all of those pinks and things going, it's not showing up as true red as it could be, but that's okay. So the next thing that I did is I took the color Bubblegum, which is, as it suggests, a bubblegum pink, and I just picked up a load of that and just started throwing that literally all over the lid, from the inside to the outside, just all over, because that's really going to cover up a lot of those blending lines, get a lot of those pinks and reds really moving together. So now it's time to add a bit of sparkle. So the first bit of sparkle I took was this color Cotton Candy. It's this bright pink. Now this glitter is a little bit chunky, more so than the other ones that I've worked with, and I just basically put that right down the center just for a bit of brightness right there. We're also going to use the And What color, which is like a muted down red shimmer, and that's going to go in the inner corner a bit, but also on the outside. And then I ended up taking that Snack color again and just adding a little bit to bridge the gap there and to lighten the eye up a little bit. So the shape is a little bit different. I'm going to do a tiny bit of touching up on this eye, then we'll come back and eventually get to the last look. Alright you guys, so this is what I have for the last look, and something that I have learned is that I should really quit while I'm ahead, because when I started doing this look I actually had something that I really liked, like quite a bit. I thought it was beautiful, and then I went and I screwed it all up. So let's just get going on this final look. So first thing, I'm going to take the color Gumdrop and I'm going to put that pretty high all in my crease. I want this color nice and high because we are going to be doing a lot of building underneath it. And then I also just took it while I had it on that brush and smoked it to my lower lash line. Just because whatever. Then we're going to go into this Suck color, which is like a bright orange. It's not really showing up as bright on camera as it is in real life, but it's a very bright orange. And I'm just going to kind of start loading that in the crease, not quite as high as that other color, and then taking it down onto the lid as well. And it was at this point that I realized that these two colors actually go really nicely together, and that when you get this color going on your lid, it kind of takes on a pinky orange kind of tone. It's not as like crazy orange as it was looking for a bit. And I just took a little bit of that color underneath my eye as well. Just like that. Then I took, if I can find the brush I used, the yellow in Wow, and I put that all on the inside and blended it up into that orange color. And it's just a back and forth process of how much you want to be there, and then I took a little bit of that and put it underneath as well. Now this is where I should have stopped because I actually liked the way that this looked, but not me, I kept going. So then I went into Bite Me, which was that dark, dark purple. And I ended up deciding to put that in my inner corner for who knows what reason, just for a little bit of interest. And then I kind of just dragged it up to meet the rest of that purple, and a little down to meet that yellow, and then I ended up just taking a dot of it and putting it on the outer corner as well. Again, who really knows why, and almost connecting it in. And then I took that orange juice color and just popped a bit of that over some of that orange as well. Then I went back into that Wow color and really, really tried to make that pop again. And this is what I ended up doing to myself. So I'm gonna go put eyeliner on, I'll come back and I'll tell you guys all my thoughts about how this video went. Alright you guys, so that is it for these looks. That is another 5 looks done with one palette. How do I feel this video went? Definitely wasn't as successful as the Born to Run palette, and I just think that that's just based on the colors available. These colors, while beautiful and bright and gorgeous, and if you know, are doing a look and you're looking for a really, really gorgeous bright yellow, a really, really nice pale blue, pale purple, something like that. Like, I've used this palette a ton. It's a really, really good filler palette for a lot of bright, colorful looks. How much could I get away with using this on my own? The way that I will answer that is this. If I were going away for a weekend or for a week or whatever and could only take one palette, I would not take this palette. It's not because it's not fantastic quality. It's not because it's not gorgeous when it's on, or the colors aren't beautiful, or the formula is not amazing. It just comes down to versatility. If you are somebody who likes brighter, bolder, crazier looks, and are a little more unreserved than I am, then maybe you would take this palette away with you for a time like that, and you would do all of these bright, crazy, fun looks and be okay with that. But for me, while these looks are fun, I also want to have some staple colors as well. So how did the looks go? Overall, they all went fine. Like I said, there is a time and a place for all of these colors, and they don't always all have to be together. But this was a really, really good experience for me once again, because it does give me an idea of how I can use this palette and how I can push myself out of my comfort zone and, you know, really get the full use out of this. Also, I'm sorry I look rough. Like I said, the more that you wipe off the eyeshadow and then try and touch up your makeup, the more like dead and sickly that I end up looking. And I made a mistake. I should have kept that pink look for the last one because it definitely stained my lids and under my eyes, and I had a really hard time getting that off. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Keep an eye out. I'm definitely going to be doing this more often with other palettes I have. I want to use my Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette to do something like this. I was thinking I would use my Sweet Peach palette. Just palettes like that I really, really want to get into and get as much versatility and as much use out of them as possible. So if you like this kind of video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below. Let me know which look was your favorite, what you would have done. Be kind though. I know a lot of these looks turned out pretty rough, but I tried my best. If you aren't already and you would like to be, then click the button down below and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye.